Hey guys, my name is Donita and welcome back to my channel. We are doing our first mukbang today. We have a seafood boil and a story time for you. So stay tuned. So I'm mincing some garlic. I have some chopped onions in there. And I have some steamed broccoli, some mussels. I got these mussels from Aldi. They were already frozen. And some turkey sausage that I'm frying on the skillet. And this is the final result. I have our Cajun shrimp, some wine, and our sides. So we have some shrimp, we got some turkey sausage, some broccoli, and some mussels. And I made everything.
Wow.
And I made a homemade sauce. I used butter, onions, garlic, lemon juice, Cajun seasoning, and Old Bay.
Delicious.
And a little bit of hot sauce.
Delicious. I'll be honest with you, my favorite part is the sausage.
We're going to tell you what it's like living up here in Jersey. We're originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we moved to New Jersey.
2014, May 2014, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so my wife was in college, and she decided that, you know, throughout college she had made that decision that she had wanted to be in New York. Well, after taking a vacation out here for a few days in New York, we both came to the conclusion that it would have been too expensive. So we both kind of like decided to maybe just move to New Jersey since it's right there. She was into the modeling and acting field. And of course, New York.
How did that happen? Where did that even come from?
I might have been the one that fell.
One fell?
Did you drop one when you had the dress on?
No. The sauce dropped on me.
Oh. So we ended up finally moving to New Jersey. And the first year was pretty rough. We moved to New Jersey May 2014.
We lived in the hood.
I struggled to find a job. My wife was currently managing in retail.
So they transferred me. I was able to transfer.
Yeah, she was able to transfer me. It was just like it was a gamble, you know, like you just pack your bags and you go. Because at my job, I wasn't able to transfer.
Our first year together was also rough because me and him are like two different people. We grew up differently. He grew up as the only child. I'm the oldest. I have a younger sister and brother, so it was definitely like different for us. And then moving here, we were in culture shock because Pittsburgh is kind of just like black and white. Like you have like a little small Mexican area, small Polish area,
small Asian look,
yeah, but here it was just like so diverse. So everybody is like Haitian, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, some type of N, like so and everybody eats like rice and beans. So for us it was just like a culture shock. And we just had to like adjust and get used to everything. But it really opened up our eyes to like the diverse ethnic groups that are here and the different foods. You know, in Pittsburgh is like burgers, french fries, wings, pierogies, french fries, salads, pizza. Here you got roti,
all kinds of different
enchiladas, chimichangas, tacos, street tacos to say. I'm feeling it, y'all. This wine, I only had a few sips and I'm feeling it. It's so freaking strong. I got Yellowtail Pinot Noir. and red.
Bomb.
But I guess I have to make some more sauce.
She's tripping, y'all. There's plenty more.
No, because I made a small batch of sauce because he don't never usually want none. And now all of a sudden, it's like, look.
It's cool. I'll use this sauce, though.
But, yeah.
Just making sure you're good over there.
Feeling it.
Yeah,
But,
see? That's why I'm looking at you.
But, yeah, so it was just like a lot of adjustments. We don't really have no family here. He's a cousin and the cousin's wife, but they kind of live far. But other than that, we don't really have family here, so it just took a whole lot of getting used to. No friends here. Our first year we argued a lot because he did things way differently than I did things, so we just like clashed. And what else? Like, what do we argue about?
I just like little like. Well, you know, we laugh at it now, but around then it wasn't funny. But it was like, there's like little stupid stuff. Like, for example, in my household, when you washed up, growing up, I used the same towel and the same rag. Well, Juanita didn't. So that was like one of the things we like. You use mismatched towel and rag.
Oh, like the same
yeah,
color.
Remember that? Yeah, because it's funny because now I don't even care. But I used to like when we first moved there. I was like, "Yo, you're using a pink towel and you're using bluish greenish rag. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you know, or like what else? She would get some water. And then she would drink some of it and then leave the glass sitting there and not even, like, dump it out. Because
I was coming back for later. Mm-hmm. What I dump it out for and I was still going to drink it.
When you come back, it's going to taste like boiled water that you're about to make you're about to make tea with.
Yeah, we need more sauce. I'm not feeling you right now.
Hey, we can try that. There's more in there.
No, there isn't.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about something that you did that was weird and strange.
I was actually trying to think about that now. What did I do when we first?
He don't know how to share because he grew up as the only child in his household. Mm-hmm. He has other siblings from his dad's side, but in his mom's household, he was the only child. So he didn't know how to share nothing. Nothing. He would take all of my stuff.
You got one.
Yeah.
I've gotten better though. I'm better than what I used to be.
He would eat my food and not even ask me if I wanted it or not. Just assumed.
Yeah, because Donita used to eat like, your limits used to be real small. Like you would order something or you would cook something or whatever the case is. You would never finish it and you always ended up giving it to me. So yeah, I think I ended up getting spoiled by that. Like, yeah. I was like, well, I know she's not gonna finish it all, so. And then she would come home from work, and it was just like, you know, when I drive home, you're like, oh, when I get home, I'm gonna heat up that Red Lobster, or I'm gonna heat up that whatever.
Recall just giving you my Red Lobster though.
Or I'm gonna heat up. I'm just naming it as an example. Like you be on that drive home, wherever you work, wherever you coming from, and you're like, yeah, when I get home, I'm gonna tear that food up, and then it's gone.
Yeah, so that was like a lot of getting used to our different ways and just because that was our first time living together. Like I lived on my own in school and he never lived on his own. Just imagine someone never living on their own, just up and going to a whole nother state. So it was definitely some adjustments.
Yeah.
But after we got used to living here, we had some major issues with living arrangements. We lived in an apartment building and we had noisy neighbors, and we had this one guy that lived upstairs from us, and he had surround sound. Like, it's just mad disrespectful to have surround sound in an apartment building. Like, everyone can hear you. So he would play his music, and our walls would be shaking. And so one night he had a party for I guess it was like his friends. He had a party for his friends at his house, but he wasn't home.
Imagine that.
And they were too young to go to a club, so they had a party inside someone else's apartment. That was annoying.
That was.
And then we had next door neighbors who
Yeah, it's around town too, but like
yeah.
every now and then they would have like a, well, not every now and then, like sometimes like on a Friday or Saturday they would have like, I guess, people over, and they would play like cards and stuff like that. And you know how that gets, like you got cards, you possibly got liquor and stuff like that, music, and it was just like loud, like, oh man, you know, no, run that game back, man. No, I should have won that, you know. It was just like so loud, so disruptive. And it was just like, me especially, like, I'm on foot, I'm moving around all day. One of those kind of jobs where you're just like on go all day. I need my rest. Like, no one wants to be woken up. Even if I had a regular job, no one wants to just be up because of somebody else's noise.
Yeah.
Just the way it is. Like, so, like, we lived in that building for quite some years. Then we had the girl.
This girl, first of all, this girl was a booty call. She would, whoever would come over, have sex with her at like 2, 3 in the morning. And we would hear her moaning above our bedroom. And we would hear him
leave.
We would hear him leave, close the door, walk down the steps, start up his car, and vroom, vroom off. This girl was so loud. First of all, she had a random kid that popped up 6 months into her living there. Like, she, this kid was not there, and then all of a sudden around Christmas time he was there. That was like 6 months into her living there. And he would make so much noise, and she would just let him play all night. I'm like, you are the parent, you're the one that has to say so. So I think one day he was off, and she was so loud, he like left a note on her door like, hey, you know, do you mind keeping it down? And she wrote a note back and was like, do you pay my bills? So I came home and I saw it. I marched right upstairs. I don't know what I said, but I told her to come see me.
Left her a note back saying, if you got a problem, come see me.
And she came downstairs and knocked on the door. Me and her was arguing. We was about to fight. He was dragging me back in the house. And she started walking away. You came downstairs to do nothing. I was pissed. And then I called the cops on her because I got tired. And they basically told her she was going to get a citation if she didn't keep the noise down. Like, it's your child. You know, put him to bed by what, 6, 7 o'clock? Isn't it time for bedtime? Don't he got to go to daycare? If he was even in daycare, but still. So it's like, you're the parent. You're the one in charge.
I think what cracked me up the most about that was, like, the Superman. He just, like...
Super was terrible.
The Super was like a Fred Flintstone. He was just big, man.
He was
like,
the biggest person in that building and the most scared.
He was big enough to, like, knock on the door and be like, yo.
Yeah.
I need you to keep it down. Yeah. And he would never... It was just always, like, call the police. I'm like, yo, like, no one wants to keep calling the police.
Yeah.
You run the building, dude. Like, you could... Like, you're the one that can say, listen, if we keep having these problems, you're going to have to, like...
Exactly.
Get out.
Like, he put eviction notices on people's door.
It was just like,
you can
man,
tell them, hey.
Man, it was just like, man, it was just like a lot, man. Like this, it was a lot. When she moved there, I was like, wow. But I think what topped it.
What put the icing on the cake was, drum roll. Wait. Don't say it. You gotta tell them the story about how you came in and I was asleep and I popped up and I'm like, what?
Well, I gotta tell them first.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So.
Drum roll, please.
So what put the icing on the cake was my car being stolen. I think that was the last straw for everything. I got up one morning, you know, the normal routine, and I leave the house, and I walk down because I had to park a block away from our building because only one car was permitted a spot behind our building. So I walked that block, I walked down, and as I turned up the driveway, I see a mirror. And it was the same color as my car. And I'm like, it couldn't be. I walked further over to where my car is parked. It wasn't there. So I'm standing there. So I'm like, all right. I run back to the house. My wife is asleep. I runs through the door and I said, babe. She wakes up ugly as hell. My car got stolen. What? What? Hair sticking all up and all that. Like Marvel Home Alone when he ugly as hell. and I said again, I said, my car got stolen. And we jumped up, she jumped up, and I had to, do the normal thing, routine, file a report and all of that. And basically my car was gone it was gone for a pretty decent time, but it was gone long enough where my wife and I were like starting to think like, okay, maybe they just won't find it. I could just get another car. And then as soon as we start talking about that, like a week later, I get a phone call.
Yeah, they found it. And this is what pissed me off with the police. Like, why would y'all take it to the pound? They took his car to the pound instead of giving it to him. That didn't make no sense. Mm-hmm. You call us to tell us you found the car, but then you took it to the pound, and then we had to pay to get it out. It was
that was fun too. Tell them about the experience you had.
That
with
was
the lady.
so annoying because they're just so rude and disrespectful there. Mm-hmm. Like this lady, I don't know what her problem was, but she was real disrespectful. I understand you're used to dealing with a certain type of person, but that's not us. And I had to explain to her, I'm like, look, I've never got my car towed before. I don't know what the procedure is like. You don't have to be rude.
We pay our car payments and
exactly.
stuff like that. So.
Like, it's not like, yeah, exactly. The police brought our car here, not us. Mm-hmm. But they caught a tow truck to take our car. Instead of just bringing it to us, we live right down the street. Mm-hmm. So that was like another long story. Our insurance ended up giving us our money back, but it was just so freaking annoying. And then we had to pay the $500 deductible. I was pissed off about that because I'm like, I would have just preferred for them to take the car.
My car. Imagine your car getting stolen and you got to pay the $500 deductible.
I know. That was so annoying.
Okay, they stole my car. Like, I didn't get into an accident that was my fault or, any kind of accident, hit a deer or anything. They stole my car and I still had it. So that was like a whole nother bummer.
That was annoying.
That was a bummer, man.
So we coughed up at least like $800. I mean, we got our $300 back from the pound, but still.
Mm-hmm. It was a bummer, so.
It was frustrating.
Yep.
We gotta get up out of here because I don't know what type of neighborhood this is, but we ain't having it. So we moved to another town. And yeah, that was just one of the experiences we experienced up here. So I was in Patterson visiting a friend for her birthday, and I didn't know it was a bad neighborhood. So I come out and I'm leaving, around like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and my car was totaled. And I didn't even know. Thanks, babe. See, that's love. I didn't even know my car was totaled. I just saw like broken glass. My windshield was like, my whole car was just side swiped.
Drunk driver.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, a drunk driver. I was calling him because, I was calling him to tell him what was going on. First of all, let me back up. First of all, I called the police, and it took them about like 2 hours. And 2 hours go by, and I'm like, what's going on? Oh, we have other things to tend to tonight. Like, what the hell else is going on in this neighborhood? What are y'all doing?
That's how you know you're in the wrong neighborhood.
I know. I didn't know. So I'm calling him. He's not answering. I call my mom, and she's on the phone with me the whole time. So I drive to the police station. I get my report. Then I'm driving home. And I don't even know how I made it. That was like literally the grace of God, because I don't know how I made it. So I get home, and I'm yelling at him like, why didn't you answer the phone? Blah, blah, blah. I was calling you. Like, you didn't know I wasn't home. He's like, babe, I swear on everything, I thought you were in bed with me, and I said goodnight to you.
There was like this. I kid you not, because we got a pretty decent sized bed, like it's pretty big. Man, there was a like I guess it maybe was just a bunch of pillows mixed with maybe some clothes or something. Like, how you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna wear this, and then you just throw it under the bed, and then it gets balled up in the sheets. I'm like, yo, hey, good night. Went to sleep normal. And then she buzzed home. I'm like, well, who's this? But yeah, I was like sleep like a newborn, man. And I definitely felt bad, like all that transpired, and I was asleep. And I think I caught the blues from mom a little bit, but not like, like motherfucker. It wasn't like that. It was just like, you keep that one. Don't need to be out. Keep your ringer on.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, like I actually do keep my ringer on. Like she's had so many different castings, and she's out all wee hours. So after that, I kept my ringer on. So I'm good with that now. But yeah, that was crazy. But that's how you know you're in a bad neighborhood.
I know.
When you like, oh, something happened to me. Well, you gotta wait because something happened to like 30 other people, and like what? Like,
oh my
whoa,
gosh,
what the hell am
crazy.
I? Like, yeah. So that's how you know you're in a very bad
know.
area. Yeah, we didn't know at the time. We didn't We've been out here for what, like 5 years. We're still learning like different areas, but at the same time, we know what's bad and what's not.
Yeah.
Around that time, we didn't know what was bad and what's not.
I was told Patterson was a good area, but
and
it was like a whole ass lie.
Yeah, pretty much
as usual. But so I ended up driving my car to the auto body shop, and he was like, "I don't even know how you drove your car here because it's total." Like, and I'm just sitting there like, dang, like that was God, because I don't know how I drove it either.
Drove a total car from Patterson to home.
Yeah, from Patterson to East Orange and then to South Orange, because that's where I was going to the auto body shop for. But yeah, oh, it's crazy, y'all.
It's okay.
That was like 2 of the experiences. We have so much more crazy things that happen to us, so stay tuned for part 2. And we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Hit that button.
And if you're a supporter of small businesses or Black-owned businesses, check out my link to Amazon listed below. My husband and I started our own business called ArchFit, and we're selling cooling towels on Amazon. So you wet the towel, you wring it out, and then you shake it, and it keeps you cool during a workout, if you have hot flashes in the middle of the night, or if you have children and you take them to amusement parks.